Achtung, jetzt kommt Gretchen's Podcast.
Welcome to Gretchen'S podcast. My name is Betty and I'm here with Sammy B from Deviate.
Yes, hello.
Hi, nice to meet you. Great that you're here.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
Yes. Sammy, you're doing the Deviate nights at Club Gretchen.
Mm-hmm.
What is Deviate and what does it sound like?
So I guess first and foremost, like Deviate is a event, or you can call it a rave or party, you know, whatever is your favorite word, I suppose. But I also like to think of it as a platform as well that is supporting artists and giving sort of a bit more spotlight to the underground scene.
Yeah.
Sound-wise, I try not to pinpoint it into any one genre, like one or two genres. I think it kind of limits people's scope on it. So as a DJ myself, you know, it's easy to explain with tempo. So someone coming could expect, you know, on the same floor, the same night, any sort of music from 120, 130 to about 174 or 175 BPM. Mm-hmm. You know, anywhere in between that, outside, you know, it's like just to try and sort of expect that you'll get a wide range of styles.
Yeah. But it's mostly connected to the drum bass or bass music scene, or
that's right. Yeah, you can. It's sort of very very much at home in breakbeat. You know, I think breakbeat's a good kind of generalization because it's
everything
not sort of
is breakbeat somehow.
Yeah. Although you won't get like much four to the floor at a Deviate night. Although there is that in a kind of grey area. It influences in drum and bass, so it can go on and on.
Okay.
But breakbeat you can say is guaranteed.
Okay. About like around what year did you start doing Deviate nights? I think I read something that you moved to, like, you're from New Zealand, right?
Yes. Yeah, originally from New Zealand.
Yes,
yeah.
And you moved to Berlin in 2013.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes. So, and you used to work in music business like for quite a while, but... Yeah,
well, I mean, I've kind of been involved for quite some time within the scene, but more so like 2013 when I moved here, I just was really starting out in DJing. I was quite fresh, very new, probably not so good back then. But yeah, I guess it's I stayed sort of as a raver and a sort of participator more up until about 2018. And February 2018 was the first Deviate. Yeah.
How come that you started doing Deviate nights?
Yeah, I think mostly it was, you know, as I was saying, like participating in the scene and around sort of the years before and leading up to it. It was something that I felt was missing. I felt something was missing in nights I was going to. Yeah. So I started out with that sort of reason in mind. It was like I wanted to create an event that I wanted to go to. Yeah. So it was adding in all the parts I felt that were kind of missing in the current rave culture scene. So yeah.
So do you see this as kind of your mission, like having club nights that you yourself would go to, that offers platforms to people that barely get a platform? Or
my mission has always been to like support and grow that underground scene, and give the space to sort of less known artists and less established, I suppose, and the newcomers. And you know, for the artists being booked themselves, it's also they get the chance to experiment a bit. They can maybe play sets that they don't often get booked or asked to play. They can, you know, try out their new productions. They can really themselves sort of change and try something new and see if it works in front of a crowd. And for the people coming, it's like to sort of just expect the unexpected, I suppose, not just... You think you're going to a D&B night, or you know you're going to get a certain set from an artist you know, and they play a totally different
totally
style.
Different thing.
Okay. Yeah, so that's sort of my mission, I suppose.
That's good. Within the lineups, you also, I think, focus on flinter and like producers and stuff, like DJs and producers.
Yeah.
Why is that so important?
Well, I think it's quite a fact that flinter artists and female artists have been underrepresented and misrepresented for some time, and I'm really happy to see that changing. That's for sure. But my view's always been that it should be inclusion, not exclusion, to become like a greater equality in the scene, and this sort of diversity and having greater diversity and still building that, it can only mean a positive thing for the scene. It doesn't get stale or boring anywhere. You're always going to have this dynamic when you have a greater wealth of people in it. So it has to be important.
It has to be important, absolutely. What struggles did you face as a female working in quite a? I mean, we all know it's unfortunately still, but it's pretty male dominated environment. The music scene. Like, did you face any struggles, or did you feel like that?
Yeah. Most definitely. I think looking back, I can say that many struggles I can see. Not as struggles now, because they turned positives into positives, because they gave me more focus or greater determination or direction. They kind of sort of helped grow myself as an artist and as Deviate. But I can definitely say, sexism has been a very, very strong part, like in my experiences. Because I don't feel this so much anymore, which is a good thing. But I had the feeling and experience that a flinter artist or female artist, they have to be in just about every aspect of what they're doing. If they're promoting audio technician, anything, they have to be better skill wise than their male counterpart of the same skill level. So they can maybe have gone to the same school, even be at the same kind of stage in their careers, but for females to be taken more seriously, they have to be of a better standard. And this is why it can be seen as a struggle, but also something positive, because you're doing the best, the best that you can, and achieving sort of at a higher level, that you can look at it that way. So, but I don't think it should be the expectation at all. It should be seen as equal.
Right.
So,
I've heard this quite often, that especially women have to work harder to give the same to get the same respect as male do in the industry. I think it's respect, and also it's just also about being taken seriously, especially when you're new, because you have to be able to prove something a bit more, and this is this sort of discrimination, and it's really old stereotypes as well that come into it, and this I've definitely had, and had experiences of back now a few years, but of being told, that's quite a cool set for a girl, Let's add in for the girl. Why not just leave it as that was a cool set? Thanks, right.
What's the point?
Oh my gosh, I don't want you want to think about it. But
I mean, there's more that we can leave some of these, but that's
compared to when you started. How much did it change? And if it changed, did it change to the better or even worse?
No, I would say it's definitely positive. Like, I would say it's like a very drastic change, actually. Like, even in you could say the past 5 or so years, it's been a very sort of significant shift in that's like behaviors of people and in their attitudes. So, like how I was saying, how I used to feel, I don't feel that sort of when I'm out anymore, or seeing how people are treating new female DJs or everything. It's sort of, there's a much more conversation about it. Like you can see online, labels are involved, big and small festivals, you know, clubs as well. Everyone's kind of in on the conversation of it and bringing awareness to it. So that's trickled down also to all the ravers and the people that are coming. So yeah, this is in general much better.
Yeah.
And this something I don't see as often now is like quota filling.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean by this, like so for a lineup or a night or a festival, you need to have 10 or so artists that are flinter or female or you know, non-binary, anything like this.
Yeah.
And then people just pretty much go and tick off. You know, it's like find someone, tick them off, and don't even know if they're going to fit sound-wise, style-wise, or anything like this. So that's also, I'm seeing that less because people are actually calling it out when they're seeing it. And there's much, sort of more open discussion on it. So yeah, I think it's only getting better, which is great.
Hopefully, yes.
I hope so, yeah. I'll be super positive today, but yeah. Yeah.
So coming back to the Deviate nights, how would you say is the vibe at the Deviate nights? Like, do you have deep connections to the audience?
Yeah, I do think we do in Deviate. I mean, it's quite small, you know, in box 2 here, you get this close connection anyway, just due to the size. But I think everyone could say it's a very, sort of deeper connection in that sense. And I'm always seeing, like, every event that there's some kind of nice interaction between artist and someone from the audience, you know, like they might have been able to meet someone they followed for a while and they have a really nice just talk like we're talking, you know, and this kind of no hierarchy of artist or ego or anything is kind of coming into it.
So it's kind of familiar.
Yeah.
Like a family thing, not familiar, family thing.
So it's kind of sort of being exposed to wider ranges of styles and everything. And this kind of bass or music education has always been kind of part of this mission statement of my own, you know, like that people are learning something. So
that's a good thing.
Yeah, I hope I'm doing okay with it, you know.
How do you pick the artists that are playing? Like, do you have a range of particular artists that are there every night? Like, are there new artists or the common ones, like the regular, the residents so far? Yeah,
well, so for me, a lot of thought goes into each and every lineup. Like, without giving away sort of Deviate secrets here, the way I'm picking is actually is nothing new. It's not a new concept. It's called digging. You know, so I will dig mixes, listening to mixes, following labels, and then following the artists that are on the labels. I use SoundCloud and Bandcamp a lot because from those it's like, you can follow an artist you like the music from, you can see what, you know, they are purchasing and what they listen to, and you can go on huge tangents and spirals into finding artists. And so this is sort of, this is actually like the most fun part of Deviate for me, is really making a lineup, because I'm trying to have the concept in mind, but also, you know, I'm always pushing myself to not repeat something and make something different or bring in a new element. So
you mentioned before off mic that you had like live musicians as well or live music as well on the Deviate night. Was that right?
Yes, I mean, obviously every event it's not always possible to do.
Yeah, sure.
But having like a live act has always been something, because it's like people think they either go to a nightclub for a DJ kind of lineup, or they go for a concert somewhere. So I try to combine the two, you know. And we have had several live acts, like live electronic acts, and also in the next party we're going to have another live duo, like looping duo. So.
That will be on the 14th of September?
14th, that's right. Yeah.
And that will also be the last Deviate night for this year, right?
This year, that's right, yes. The last one we're doing, but like I'm with the Recycle crew and the bass crew on, that's the 10th of October?
Yeah.
Is it? Or 2nd? 2nd of October.
2nd of October.
Get the right date.
But on the 10th, there's also... I don't have the lineup in my head so far, but yeah, the 2nd of October there will be the Recycled birthday, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'll be back. You are all connected with each other. Like how's the Berlin scene itself? Like you guys are all connected with each other because it's not that big, or?
Yeah, I mean, us and Gretchen'S, I mean, we're all really good friends, actually. All talking about bass family, that part of it, you know. We've known each other since I've been in Berlin, so that's over 10 years now. We play on each other's nights or events, you know, and there's a real kind of camaraderie, I suppose, you know, that's there. Nice. There's a little bit of competition, I'd say, healthy competition, but it's like more fun. Yeah, we challenge each other, I think, in a good way.
I think you played alongside with the guys from Bassism on this this demo thing, the street. What was it? Reclaim the streets, not reclaim the city.
Yeah, that's sorry, my German now. Wem gehört
die Stadt? Exactly, right.
Yeah.
So I think there was a Bassism truck, and you played on it.
Yeah, that's right.
So
we had really good fun on this day. It was awesome.
Yeah. Tommy Lexus from Bassism said something like, "Yeah, it was super fun. We really enjoyed each other." So nice. Yeah. So how different is the music scene in Berlin from other countries? Because you as Sammy B play quite a lot in Europe.
Yes, so I think the Berlin crowd and like Berliners in general are very open and welcoming as a whole, like as a sort of rave community compared to other cities. You know, I really can say I've tested that theory by totally mixing up lineups and genres, and also putting maybe not slower, but like a less typical dance floor music kind of act on at like primetime sets and like maybe before the headliner. Yeah. You know, because there's definitely going to be an audience there because they want to see the headliner. So I've sort of done this to Berlin crowds, and I haven't emptied a complete floor or a club yet. I hope never to, but you know, it's like people have stayed, you know, and then they've questioned that, and that's the whole point. They maybe come up to me and ask, "Oh, when is the so and so playing?" Or, you know, "We're here for this. We want some rave music." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, just this person's playing a completely original production set, you know." If it's not your vibe, maybe get a beer, have a listen, you know. Like,
get outside, have a smoke, something.
But they don't leave, you know. It's just, you know, quite a good sign. And it's something I kind of particularly like, especially about the city, you know, living in Berlin, is that there's nothing really too extreme, I don't think. You know, people are pretty open, and you can kind of try out anything, and you're going to have an audience there. So I think that's sort of one... I'd like to say unique thing about Berlin. Yeah.
We hope this will stay like this since gentrification is taking over the city, and I mean, just recently it went through the news that the next club will be closing next year. So
I mean, I think you can keep closing clubs, but something that you can't ever kill off is music and the people that listen to it, and you know, that's why I say this underground scene, the real underground, you know, you don't see and you maybe don't hear from, or they're the ones playing on street corners, and you know, and it's that sort of, you know, culture I try to really be a part of and grow and nurture and bring in the new sort of generation to, because it's like that's what will survive, you know, all of this and will always be there.
Yeah.
So
hopefully your words will stay like this.
Let's hope so.
You've done the Deviate night at Club Gretchen for quite a while right now. So you come here apart from that as well? Like, do you hang out at Gretchen in your free time?
Yes, I do. I'm often here actually, for the music mostly, obviously. But I'm sometimes playing on the recycle nights. It's I really respect the professionalism, Lars and Pamela and all the staff, yourself and all the door staff, just everyone that is working these long nights. It's a really nice working environment as well, and the sort of the diversity and awareness that Gretchen stand for. It really is personally is how I like to run things, and also just what I feel comfortable in going out myself. So I really respect all of this, and my first sort of, if I'm going to head out on a weekend, I'll look at what is going on at Gretchen. That's the first place. Yeah, definitely.
Cool. But do you do the Deviate nights in other cities as well? Or
not nights, no. Not. I mean, it's just kind of a sort of long-term plan. Is maybe to do like a Deviate in or somewhere, or with other crews I know from other cities. But it's never sort of. We haven't sort of got to that part yet. But I play and sort of take Deviate with me when I play as an artist. So
because it's your baby.
Yes, it is. my 6-year-old at the moment, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're 6 years now, and it's 7 next year.
Will you do a big party?
Yes, well, we'll always try to take or get around the date of February. Yeah. So even if it's March, whatever. But it's like at least the start of the year is always a birthday thing.
Night.
Yeah.
Great. Are there any projects you're working on right now? Any plans for the future? You're also a producer, as far as I know. Is that right? Or you used to be, or learning? Okay.
Tentatively learning. Yes. No.
So this is something you will be working on.
Yeah, especially when we're heading into the dark times of year. Because through summer it's been quite busy, and you don't always want to be sitting locked into a studio, but through winter I would for sure love to get learning on this again myself. But for Deviate I'm planning new merchandise actually, like the second run,
which will be available
hopefully before Christmas actually.
Perfect.
I really do.
If you're looking for a Christmas gift,
yes. Yeah, no, that's actually on my my next cards after this next event, because we have had a run of merch, but that was quite a while ago, and so now I'm doing new stuff and hopefully be ready, and then there'll be already planning for 2025 events, because there's not much time between January and December, January, February. It's like I need to get that ready. So
time's running.
Yes, always.
Do you have any advice for newcomer DJs, producer, or?
Yeah, I do. For both DJs and promoters, like this kind of would go for the same, like both in the same, is that you really need to be able to put time into whatever the side is, and like building up your arsenal, I would call it, and that's either as a DJ you're getting your music library together, you're knowing what stuff your sound you want to do, like you have to put time into that, because no one's going to hand you a nice huge library, or I don't think they should, to be honest. It should be something you find yourself. And like for promoters, it's the time would be like building into your own network. So you've already probably got producer friends or other promoters, like it's sort of connecting and communicating, and this is only going to take quite a lot of time. So you have to be prepared for that, I suppose. So the other thing for DJs would be to record everything. So something I wish I'd done a lot more at the start is just if you're practicing, you know, even if brand new, you've got 5 tunes and you want to mix them together 100 times, you know, is like, record it and then sort of listen back and analyze yourself and don't just think everything you've done wrong, like go, oh, I really like this part, and then like, why do you like this part? And then you start developing your own style and your own take on DJing, because you don't need to copy someone, you know, you can be how you like. So that would be the best thing for DJs. And then it's sort of for promoters themselves, it's like being able to back yourself 100%. And I don't only mean that financially, like that's also very important at times.
Unfortunately.
It's not just this. It's like you need to, you know, mentally and emotionally be able to stand for what you're doing. Because if you don't sort of have that belief in yourself, then there's not much chance for it to sort of have a long life, you know, because you need to put heart and soul into it, I think, for it to be something that becomes you. Yeah. So those would be the things. The 3 things. Was it 3? 1 for DJ, 1 for promoter, and
And in general.
And in general, yeah.
And in general, great. Yeah. A personal question. What has had, or what would you say had the most impact on you music-wise? Like. It's not a what, but a who.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
so
even more interesting.
Yes. Yeah. So that would be my dad, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he was like the first vinyl collector, the first sound guy, or maybe sound man, audio technician, like everything I kind of have interest in now.
Yeah.
He was the first person in that. You know, he I used to listen. I have very fond memories listening to vinyl with him, and in his music room it would always be set up perfectly, you know. And so this kind of interaction growing up, it led to my own influences, musical influences within sort of as a teenager, you know, all the kind of rock that I liked and metal and all this kind of came down from that. And then it's also like influenced my electronic music taste as well. So what
style was he listening to?
Oh, a lot. See, a real range. But he was really into sort of rock, but like Pink Floyd, Rolling Stones, the Beatles, but then like Jimi Hendrix as well, the Doors. But he was a big fan of sort of guitar, like classical guitar music as well. So all of this I heard, and he was a music lover, so it was, you know, based through my floorboards growing up. So it was, it's kind of the key influence.
Cute. That's great. That's really great. Yeah. And the final question: what does music and nightlife mean to you?
This one, well, I can't imagine life without it, actually. I think I said a bit earlier that, you know, it's been like 20 plus years of involvement for me now, and that's like as a raver, a music photographer, a audio tech, as much as I know can be, artist care, a DJ promoter. So it's a whole other, well, not other, but a whole side of my life that I can't imagine living without, you know, at all. It's also the one constant in my life. So like everybody's, you know, there's nothing that stays still in life. It's always changing, moving. Every piece is new from day to day. And that is the same in music as well. Like your taste can change, or your maybe your style. You know, you want to hear something new or different, and you grow yourself within music. But the music itself is with you always, and it's always been with me. And I can't imagine being without it or without the scene. And like the whole thing of, you know, maybe I'll grow up one day. Well, I guess I'm not going to, in that sense of partying and being in this nightlife world. It's part of me. So yeah,
that's great.
Very cool.
Lovely answer.
Nice.
Sammy, it was lovely to have this chat with you.
Yes,
I really enjoyed it.
Very cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we are looking forward to the last Deviate night, official Deviate night this year at Gretchen on the 14th of September. Again, people, there will be merch from Deviate
a bit later,
but
not 14th.
No, not 14th, but before Christmas. So grab yourself a nice Christmas gift.
Yes, everyone loves bass scene, and it's like support your local bass.
Absolutely.
So
yes.
Yeah, cool.
Awesome. So, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, been awesome. Cool.
Great. Well then, bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Das war Gretchen's Podcast.